Yeah, what's happening everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your boy Ranj. I hope you're all doing well. If you're new to my channel, welcome. And if you've been rocking with me for a minute, listen, thank you for sticking around and thank you for supporting me. And for those of you who are new, please do stick around. You're not going to regret it. My name is Ranj and I upload videos on my Audi S3 and basically just the build and everything that I do to my S3, whether it be small or whether it be a big mod. Essentially, I try to document it. So in addition to uploading content on my S3, I also upload content on other people's builds. But today's video is something totally new for my channel and for me. I've never done this before. Today is the first time I've actually collaborated with a business. So I was contacted by a company called Attentive Detailing, a guy called Lewis who actually owns and runs the company. They reached out, said, do you want to collaborate? It'd be a really good opportunity for both. And I agreed 100%. I thought it'd be a great opportunity. So in today's video, I'm going to be getting a stage 2 paint correction applied to my Audi S3. I've been waiting to get this done for ages. There's quite a lot of scratches on the car, quite a lot of scuffs, the paintwork. It doesn't look like that glass finish. So right now it's 7 o'clock in the morning. So it's Saturday today, Saturday morning. Lewis should be here for around 7:30, but I'm not sure how this video is going to go. But if you do enjoy it, please do give it a thumbs up. Please do drop a comment, subscribe to my channel, hit that bell icon for future notification. And please do stick around and please do carry on supporting. Follow me on my social media platforms too. All of the links for all of them will always be on the screen in addition to the description box. I'll also tag Attentive Detailing Instagram and social media platforms in the description box as well as on screen, so you can go support them too. But yeah, look forward to it. Let's head out and I'll show you what the S3 currently looks like. And like I said, warning, it does not look great, but hopefully tomorrow it looks perfect. So as you can see, Swirl City. And yes, the car is super dirty, loads of water spots on it, but that's just because I've not had the car washed in over 4 months. It's just because I've been so busy. Door handles are scratched up really badly. Pillars, which are really glossy black, just swirled up massively. I'm not really too bothered or worried about the swirl marks. It's more so these really deep scratches, as you can see. The worst part of the car has to be this, which is the rear quarter panel on the left hand side. I had it resprayed and the scratches underneath the paint, so that the only way they're getting out is either wet sanding or a respray. But I'll see what Lewis says in terms of advice. Okay, Lewis, thanks for coming down. Massively appreciate it.
Pleasure.
For those who haven't seen you on social media before, do you want to just introduce yourself, introduce your company, and essentially just kind of cover what you do in general and what you're going to be doing today?
Yeah, so I run a valeting and detailing business called Attentive Detailing. I'm based in the southeast of England. Brands Hatch is probably the best way to describe where I am. I offer anything from deep clean valeting all the way up to paint correction, paint enhancement and ceramic coatings. So I offer national coverage. The further away the better, to be honest. You know, I'll travel anywhere. It's all about getting the name out there. I do charge per hour after an hour's drive from Brands Hatch, but that can all be discussed if you would like to inquire into pricing and bits and bobs like that. But you can drop me an email or drop me a DM. I have social media pages on Instagram at Attentive Detailing and Facebook at Attentive Detailing, and I have a website as well which you can check out.
What are we doing today?
Today is the first day and we're going to be doing the first stage of the paint correction. So it's booked in for a 2-stage and then a ceramic. So we're going to be attacking the alloys, moving on to the bodywork, then doing the glass, and then we'll move on to the decon stages, prep the vehicle, and then we'll do the first stage of polish.
So I also asked Lewis if he could detail my engine bay. So as you can see, this is what it looked like before, super dirty. One thing to bear in mind, as you can probably see, I've never cleaned the engine bay ever in the entirety of owning the vehicle. So I cannot wait to show you guys the results of the engine bay detail.
Buckets out, equipment ready, so we're going to go attack the alloys. Right, so completed the alloys. Now we're going to put some pre-wash on, layer it that with snow foam, then we're going to attack the barrels and the tyres, and then after that we'll move on to the 2-bucket method. Right, so now that we've done the safe wash, the body is ready for a decon. So we're going to start with a liquid decon, starting with the iron, then we're going to move on to tar, and then after that we're going to go onto a clay bar to take everything else out. Starting with the glass, prep the pad, or the block in this case, and then we'll move on to the bodywork.
Or you might want to get inside in there.
Yeah, I can see that. I think where it's really poor is there. Like, it's just absolutely ridiculous there. Yeah, like that, I can get all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, I'm seeing sparkles in the car that I've never seen before.
Really?
Seriously?
But you're back to, like, this is how your paint is. There is nothing on the paint.
Crazy that. Yeah, got
Right, so now that all the clay bar's done, all the decon's finished, car's been dried, giving it a final snow foam just to prep, make sure everything's all good. Dried it, and now we're ready to start the first stage of polishing. So I'm going to get the paint gauge out, gauge the paint, see what we're working with, and then we'll go from there.
So what we're going to do is we're going to go around, gauge the paint using this, so it gauges from the top of paint to the metal, so we have a rough indication of what we're working with and how far we can go with the paint. So you see there, comes up with a reading. So as you can see, and I've gone over the rest of the car, it is all basically the original paint is in a good condition. So for the two-stage polish, we have enough paint to work with. The only thing is on the rear wing, there's a second layer of paint. Doesn't mean a sense that I can't go as far. It just means in certain aspects I'll target it a different way, just because the gauge of it isn't always exact. But from there, it's a good indication of what we're working with. Plastic, darling, and then brush it off. Is that okay? Well, I didn't.
Someone's like trying to get, yeah. Wow. Yeah, that's insane.
This is wet sanding,
cool.
By the way. So we just add them there, it's winding me out. So we're back for the second stage of the correction. It's more of an enhancement stage, just gaining more depth in the paint, but we're just going to snow foam it now, take off any more polish residue and anything from last night, and then rinse it off, and then we'll get going. So all I'm going to do now is just blow the rest of the wall out of the car, off the alloys, just so it's dry, so then I can start the second stage of polishing. So we're just about to start the second stage of polishing. So this is like the refinement stage. So after going over with a heavy cut in the first stage, it kind of gives a bit of a haze to the paint. So now it's just about taking that out, making it more clear, improving the clarity of it, and yeah, just making it look like glass, really.
Quick question.
Yeah.
What's the difference between a stage 1 and a stage 2 in terms of like a percentage? And
Stage 1 is you're removing 60 to 80% of swirls.
Yeah.
So the reason you only go for 60 to 80, I mean, all cars are different. Some have more swirls than others. And say with this, where I've gone with a heavy cut, because it is a 2-stage, some of it is more like hazy rather than clear. So the second stage goes over it, chases out all the lighter swells, any more imperfections, and then just removes that haze across the majority of it. Obviously some areas like there, which you have had done, you allow for bits and bobs like that.
Sure.
And like on the front end with all the stone chips and different bits like that. But across the rest of it, it is just to chase out any imperfections, just improve the depth in the paint and just the clarity.
And I can imagine this can vary from car to car, but is there like a typical example of when somebody would opt in for like a stage 1 or a stage 2?
So realistically, stage 1 is for those that just want an improvement on their car. Because obviously, unless they're willing to pay for a full detail and you're wanting your car taken away for a good amount of time, then a single stage can be completed in a day. You can then apply coatings and waxes over the top of, so you still get the same benefit and protection. But with a coating, it's like a glass, and when you put a coating on a car, it's like it magnifies the scratches and any other imperfections. So ensuring that the polishing is done correctly and you're chasing out as much as you can, the coating will look better and perform better afterwards as well.
Do you ever get cars that like come from showrooms, so like brand new cars, and where you would have to like probably do like a stage 1 polish? Is that what a stage 1 polish is? Yeah,
so like I do offer like a day's package, or some people call it like a revive on the drive, or people call it a new car protection package. So basically it's just getting a car straight out of factory, because nowadays they do come with swells and they do come with imperfections. So it's just get it booked in as quick as you can. Then that way we have a better chance at getting it into a better condition overall, because you can chase for perfection, but getting there, you're looking more money, and certain areas you can only go certain ways with, or you're looking at resprays. Depends on the thickness of the paint as well. So getting it in as early as you can, getting it polished. Most people go for a single stage to take out themselves, because you don't really have heavy scratches or stone chips, and then just getting it ceramicked, or you can go for a PPF.
Cool. So I'm so interested, because as you've just been talking there, I'm looking at the car and like, so that's a stage 1 polish, and for me, that looks pretty much perfect. So I'm going to be interested to see actually what a stage 2 looks like. I feel like I hear what you're saying, it's just going to add that little bit more of a kind of glossier finish. So
and also, as we looked over yesterday, when you have the sun out, that is your best guide. So I can go over it with a light and show you the imperfections, but your sun is your best bet. So as we showed you yesterday when I did the test patch, the second stage does take out those finer swells and those little minor ones, rather than taking out the bulk as you would do with a single stage.
Cool. When you're ready.
So I'm just going to start with...
Sorry, I didn't...
So I'm just going to start with the rear section of the car, move on to the front wings, and then around the grille. Just because inexperience on jobs, energy levels and everything like that, and just patience, time, dealing with the harder bits first, then going on to the bigger panels with a bigger pad, it makes it easier throughout the process.
Wow, that is crazy. That is crazy, that.
Crazy, some of the cars they had there, weren't it? See if I can put any...
Wow, that is incredible.
So this is before of the rear light. As you can see, all the swirls just from washing and just general agitation. So going on to the second stage of the paint correction now, it doesn't need a heavy cut, so we're going to go over it with a fine cut. So the next one will be the after.
Wicked. So I mean, compared to before, I can already see on camera that it's reduced massively.
Yeah, it's reduced massively. So you got the minor imperfections in there,
Sure.
or like a heavier scratch, as you can see there. Yeah, I'll follow up with a fine cut afterwards to chase out those finer imperfections. But yeah, massively improved after the first cut. So this is after the second cut of polish. So as you can see, all the swirls have been chased out all the way around the light cluster, and then after we have done a panel wipe, it will be ceramic coated as well. Right, so now that we have finished the second stage of polishing, which is the refinement stage, we're going to go around the vehicle now with an IPA, well, a panel wipe, IPA, same thing, just to make sure the bond between the coating and the paintwork is as good as it can be. So the IPA will just remove any polish residue, anything left on the car at all whilst we've been polishing. So yeah, we'll get around to it.
So we're nearing towards the end of the video, and I just wanted to quickly make you all aware, I don't have as many cinematic shots of the car once it was complete as I wanted to, and this was just because of the weather. The car needed to be indoor overnight, so I think it needed a 4-hour curing time, so for the ceramic coating to really settle into the paintwork of the S3. So I put it into the garage overnight, but the next day the weather was so crap I never actually took it back out to take any cinematic shots, which was really crappy. But I did get like 2 or 3 cinematic shots of the car once it was complete, and I'll quickly show you them now. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the video so far, and if you did, please do give it a thumbs up, drop a comment, and please don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon for future notification.